Hey guys, Trevor here with E-commerce Paradise. Today's Dropship Daily, I'm going to cover a few topics. The first one is conversion rate optimization. So I've done quite a few videos and podcast episodes about this in the past, but I think it's really good to repeat and to remind you guys what you should be optimizing for conversions on your website. So did get a question in a group, which pages should I be optimizing? Should it be the product page, cart page, checkout page, and what kind of tests should I be running? Split testing and stuff like that. So my answer is that there are definitely tons of different optimizations you should do on every single page, and it can get really down to just nitty-gritty stuff, but at the same time I think the most important thing here is that you guys need to learn copywriting skills. So copywriting is basically a way of writing that convinces people to buy something, or convinces people to take the next step in something, or just to take action. So copywriting skills can easily be learned on YouTube if you just type in copywriting tips. There's tons of great videos on that, so I suggest going to YouTube for that. Now, as far as conversion rate optimization tips goes, CRO tips, what I added here was on the product page, you should definitely optimize it with scarcity, urgency, and social proof. So scarcity is like something's running out of stock soon, you got to buy before it's out of stock. Urgency is where it's going to actually expire soon, whatever coupon code you're offering is expiring soon. Social proof means that other people are looking at it and other people are buying that product. So find out ways you can actually show that and tell the story of that in your product page. And then definitely also optimize with unique content. Unique content is really key, because if you just put up the supplier's content, then it's not going to be optimized. A lot of suppliers don't have optimized copywriting. All right, so make sure you go out. I suggest using Fiverr, and in the E-commerce Paradise Academy, I actually show you exactly how to go to Fiverr and outsource that unique content and how to actually format your listings correctly, so go check that out. Multimedia is really important to have in your product listings, because when you add video and pictures, it really does help tell the story of the product, especially when you're talking about specific parts of that product. So I highly recommend when you talk about specific parts of a product within your content that you actually provide a picture, and that if anything, you at least provide the supplier's sales video if there is one, and if not, then make your own. And I just recently found a really great tool for making product sales presentations, and I'll be talking about that more in depth later on. So the last thing is order bumps. Order bumps are really cool, and you should definitely include these. I've been using the Infinite Options app, and that app in Shopify allows you to add whatever option you want, and if you pay $15 a month, you can make it change the price. So it's a good deal, because definitely want to add on accessories, you want to add on 2 of whatever else is being added on there, and you also want to be able to add free gifts to close sales on expensive products. So order bumps are really important to have on the product page. Next thing is the homepage. Homepage should definitely be optimized. You should have all the content from your About page rewritten and put onto your homepage at some place, because people are going to go to the home to learn more about you as a company. The other thing is to definitely add, if you're doing the online retail high-ticket e-commerce methods, is to add a section about how you're an authorized dealer with all your brands, and then either a link or photos or whatever of all the different brands that you carry, and also talk about your unique selling proposition, unique value proposition, like your low price guarantee, your returns policies, your shipping policy, and your satisfaction guarantee. All those things should be on your homepage. All right. Now your About page should definitely be all about you as a company, and you really need to focus on telling a story. So big imagery, big videos, all sorts of cool things. Tell a story from start to finish, and then also talk about your unique value proposition and all the things that you do to help provide the best experience for people, okay? Your policy pages should be rewritten. Don't just use templated policy pages, except for privacy and terms of service. You can use those from Shopify, but your other policy pages, especially your return policy, your warranty policy, low price guarantee policy, satisfaction guarantee, all that stuff should be rewritten. Don't just use somebody else's templates. It's good for SEO, it's good for your customers. You can add your unique voice in there. You can talk about your unique niche within those policies. And also, someone won't be able to just search the little bits of those policies on Google and then find your store that way. All right, another thing is your cart page should definitely be optimized. Cart pages are important because it's the step in the process that's going to accelerate the customer's movement from the product page to the checkout page. It's going to re-include all your unique value proposition, all your available cross-sells and upsells, and then also re-include all the scarcity, urgency, and social proof that was on the product page to amplify it more. Okay, so make sure that you get that in there. And then the last thing, 2 last things are the checkout page. Now you can't really do a whole lot of customizations to the checkout page in Shopify unless you have Shopify Plus, but what you can do is you can optimize the logo. What I suggest doing is not just using your store logo, but actually adding in the image of the the most valuable trust icon that you can. In this case, usually it's Norton. So if you have the Norton Shopping Guarantee like I do on my websites, what you can do is add the Norton Shopping Guarantee logo to the logo for your checkout specifically, and that'll help establish trust in the checkout process. The other thing is change the background, and also make it unique to your niche if you can, or just keep it white. And then also change the color of the cart button. So that should always be orange. And orange is really good because Amazon split tested this a bazillion times, but orange is one of those colors that gets people to push through to checkout. You can also do that on your product page as well, is make the color of the add to cart button orange. Doesn't really matter what your niche is, it's still going to help people push through to checkout. All right, and then the last thing is the thank you page. After someone places their order, you can actually optimize that. You can install an app that lets you change things around on the thank you page. You can add a video, you can add content, you can add cross-sells, you can add upsells, and you can add a button to shop accessories or shop more or something like that. You can also add affiliate offers. If you can find an offer that's for like a magazine or something like that for your niche, that would make sense if someone wants to sign up for a magazine. And so you can add that to your checkout page. So that's pretty cool, and definitely take all these into consideration. Some of them are more important, like on the front end right here, and then some on the back end are important too, like the thank you page. If you wanted to start some sort of an internal membership, recurring revenue for your website, like a $7 a month membership where people get access to a newsletter, you can do that with certain apps in Shopify, and then you can promote that on the thank you page, or you can even promote it as an upsell on the cart page. So, and you should do really both of those, and of course, have it on the front end as well. Recurring revenue is really cool because you're going to be able to make $7 a month from every customer that signs up, and if you make it valuable enough and you spread it through social media, it's going to get really popular. So definitely think that and take that into consideration and get that going, guys. Okay, the next question answer for today's Dropship Daily is all about cost per click. So once you've moved on from conversion rate optimization and you've launched your website, one thing you really need to look into is how much it's going to cost you to do advertising on Google Shopping. It's because that's the main way we drive traffic for high-ticket dropshipping, and that's because of these search queries that people are typing into Google when they're ready to buy one of these products. It's usually close to a brand or product-based keyword, and so that way we can rank for those product and brand-based keywords in the top of Google, and they're more likely to buy directly from our site because they're going to get the best deal. So this person had a question. They found out that the niche they're pursuing has a really high cost per click. And they're wondering, because they're just getting started, if it's okay to go ahead and pursue that or if they should choose a different niche. They want to know how much they can estimate to spend in advertising. So yes, I've gotten into niches before with really high cost per click, up above 50 cents into the $1.50. And it can be quite difficult to compete. However, you have to consider that it's not just about your cost per click and how you rank in Google Shopping ads. It's also about your feed. So your feed is really important. You have to understand, for Google, they're always going to be looking at your URL and your product name for keywords, and those are, so you need to make sure that your title is templated correctly. So it should go brand, model, and product type. That should always be your title. So if you have the brand, the model name, even the SKU number if there is one, and then the product type, and even maybe an extra specification that, if it gets typed into Google very often, then it's going to help Google understand what that product is and who to show that product to when they type in to Google. The other thing too is to optimize your description. So when you optimize your description really good, when you provide tons of relevant keywords and tons of great data, Google's going to understand what that product is more, so they're going to be able to show that product to people that type in relevant keyword search terms. So for instance, if you were to not optimize your title, not optimize your description, Google might just show your product for generic keywords, and it's very low possibility that you're going to be able to make sales on those. So you're going to be paying a high cost per click for very badly optimized keyword search query Google Shopping ads. But what you can do is optimize your title, optimize your URL, and optimize your description, and that way you're going to show up correctly when someone types in a brand or product-based query into Google. So the other tips I gave this person was to download the Chrome extension Keywords Everywhere. So this is a really cool extension, and you'll be able to get an idea how much traffic costs, right? So generally speaking, your ROI for dropshipping should be at least double. So if you're going to spend $100 in ads, you're going to make $200 in profit. But really, you want it more closer to 3 to 4 times. If you're going to spend $100 in ads, you really want to be making $300 to $400, because then you can spend you can afford the rest of your marketing costs and you can afford to pay yourself. So really that's what I go for is 4x marketing spend. Now, in the beginning, it's quite difficult to get there because you're a new brand and you don't have all your sales funnel stuff filled out. But that's why you need to focus on filling out your entire sales funnel. It's not just about your Google Shopping CPC. You have to also have your Google search text ads. You have to have your Google dynamic remarketing ads in the display network. You have to have your Facebook remarketing ads, dynamic search remarketing ads, whatever. And you have to have your email marketing flows, right? So if all this stuff is filled out correctly and you have your entire funnel, you have content, you have all the products and they're organized well, and people can search them and comparison shop, and you have your unique value proposition and all the other conversion rate optimization stuff I talked about earlier, then your entire funnel is filled out correctly and your CPC will be much less, generally speaking, because you will only have to spend maybe 30 to 50 cents per click to acquire a lead, and then that lead will sign up for your email list, they'll get retargeted multiple times, and they'll like your business because you built such a great website and told such a great story to them that they know when they go back they're going to get more relevant information and they'd rather just buy from you, right? The other thing too is that when you first sign up for Google Shop, or when you first sign up for Google AdWords, you can actually get $100 in credit. The way you do this in Shopify is you go to your Shopify store, you go to the discounts, and then you go to the bottom, and there's going to be a code and a little link where you can click it and sign up, and you can get $100 credit. It's usually, it changes, but sometimes it's after your first $25 you get $100, so it just depends on, you know, the time that you sign up. The next thing is that you have to make sure that you're using some sort of a credit card to pay for these ads, right? Because the cool thing about using a credit card, especially a business rewards card, let's say you get the Capital One Spark like I do. You get 2% cash back on all spend. And there's even better cards than that. I know the Amex Platinum gives you 5x points, right? And Amex points are pretty cool. You can use them at really nice places. So, but the cash back is nice because you can pay off your credit card with that. So if you spend $2,000 in a month, that'll give you an extra $40 cash back right there. You can help pay off your ads. And the other thing is that it gives you 30 days to pay it off past the statement due date. So if you spend $500,000, whatever your first month, you're not going to have to pay that off for another month or two. So as long as you're working really hard every single day to build your business, to optimize your site for conversions, build out your entire sales funnel, do all your email marketing and stuff like that, run social media campaigns, then you're going to be able to make that profit up before those ads come due. So the way it works is that you have to kind of pay a bit up front at first, but you're going to put it on credit cards, then you're going to work really hard and you're going to pay it off in the long run, and you're going to get to that 3 to 4x ROI on all of your ad spend, so that eventually you can parlay it into more content and you can parlay it into more funnel building, and then you'll have a business eventually that will run almost on itself. You only have to check in on it for a couple hours every single day. You can have a VA doing your customer service for you, and then you can hire VAs to build your business for you. So you only have to check on it maybe for an hour or two every day to manage the processes. And that's paradise, man. That's why I teach e-commerce paradise at the e-commerce paradise academy, because that's my idea of paradise, having an e-commerce business that really kind of runs itself mostly, and all you have to do is manage it, which is really cool and really sweet. And you get to keep all the rewards, you get the profit up front. You don't have to wait 30 to 60 days like you would with affiliate marketing. And you're selling somebody else's physical products, so you don't have to do any of the product development. You just do the marketing. The marketing really is systemizable, so just understand that. All right, guys, well, that was it for this episode of Dropship Daily. We covered two main topics. We covered some conversion rate optimization stuff, and we covered some paid traffic stuff and sales funnel stuff, and they really do have to run in parallel. If you don't work on one of these things and you do work on the other, it's not going to work. The system just won't work. So you have to understand that they all go together. And yes, it does take time. If you're not working 10 hours a day on this stuff, it might take you weeks to get through this kind of stuff. You're working a full-time job and doing this on the side. Just understand that the less time you put into like mindless entertainment stuff and the more time you put into building your e-commerce business, the more your e-commerce business will grow. Right? And also that like the more you work on the foundational stuff, the better that the ads and the other like marketing things that you do to grow the business will work. So just build a foundation first. Build a really solid foundation of a really good website that has great conversion rate optimization stuff built into it. If you don't have the money to invest right now in a better theme or in apps or anything like that, that's usually like a mindset issue. It's not usually like an actual money issue. So you need to take a really good look at your finances, see where you're spending money. Like where's your money going out the most? Are you going out and partying? Are you going and doing, spending money on certain trivial things you don't really need? Are you buying a bunch of video games or whatever it is like in your personal life? Maybe you can cut back on some of those places, make some sacrifices so that you can build this right now for the next maybe 3 to 6 months. And then in 3 to 6 months, when you got your business up to the point where it's producing you income on a general basis, then you can take that money and then you can take a portion of that and put it back into those things that you really enjoy in life. So you just got to understand, building a business, a lifestyle business, is all about sacrificing up front so that you can get some really good long-term gains later on. And the last point I want to make here, guys, is that this stuff takes a long time to build. It doesn't happen overnight, right? It takes months, even years to build this kind of stuff out to the point where it can really provide you with a lifestyle business. And with that being said, don't jump the gun on selling your business after you're a year and two into it. It really is easy to get to that point where you're like a year in, 2 years in, you're thinking, oh man, this thing's worth $50,000, $100,000. Let me just sell it. But what you don't understand is that you're going to have to start a new business after that, right? You're not going to have an income stream unless you already have one on the side or you're going into a different industry. But all the work you did to learn how to start this business and all the work it took you to get to that point you're going to have to do it all over again from the bottom, right? So that's tough. That's really tough to grasp, and it's really tough to do, right? And it almost feels like you're going back and working a day job again, because that's how many hours you have to put into building a business when it's at the ground level. Instead of selling your business, focus on automating it, outsourcing it, and scaling it, okay? I know that it might that you might get burnt out on your niche or something like that, but in reality, there are ways to grow your business where you don't get burnt out. Okay, so just focus on that and build your business, and you don't need to sell it unless per se you wanted to get into a different business. Like if you're done with dropshipping and you want to get into more affiliate marketing or membership sites or something like that, and that's truly what you want to do in life, then do it. But just understand that it's always better to keep these assets and to grow them than it is to sell them, because somebody else is going to get it and grow it, and they're going to have that asset. And truly, assets that are appreciating, assets that bring you money every month, that don't cost you money, that is the most valuable thing in life, because it can provide you a location-independent lifestyle and location-independent income. So there you go, guys. That's today's Dropship Daily. Those 3 things are a little bit of motivation to end it out. I hope you guys really appreciate it, and definitely subscribe, like, and comment. Got any questions? Go check out the Academy, academy.ecommerceparadise.com, and also check out the Ultimate Guide to Dropshipping. Just go to ecommerceparadise.com and click the link at the top. And we'll see you guys out there. Take care.